we know there's a very strong connection between mother and child. Mother knows when the child's in trouble and that sort of thing. A mother can program a child and all that. I guess because the child was once part of the mother's body, so it would be somewhat like taking cell samples from the body?
Yeah, there should certainly be an affinity there, because if you want to go on a DNA basis, certainly that would be a connection. But I think that the closeness, I just don't, in other words, I think that the cells of our body can pick up on this stuff right now.
Yeah.
With somebody that we're close to, but we don't know how to integrate it into our consciousness.
Oh, okay.
So it's like dowsing. If you put a dowsing rod in a vise, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Put it in the hands, it's the cells of the hands that are doing it, but they're picking that communication up. It's a good example of cellular communication. Yeah. And it's demonstrating the fact that the cells know this, and yet you're not doing it mentally. See? So somehow I think people that are good at psychic phenomena are able to integrate that capability of using these sensors and bringing it to a conscious level.
You mean that, are you saying my cells might react when you're in trouble?
Well, it depends on what our relationship was, whether you thought of me any more often than when you sold a tape or something.
Have you tested that? All right. Have you tested that at all?
Not between you and I. But,
no, but I mean between different people.
Yeah, they don't have to
that
be,
are not related.
They don't have
to
to be
each other?
related. A man and a wife that are very close could do that. And it's very interesting that the plants, if you're going right down to the plant level, it doesn't have all the alternate excuses for these things happening. A plant can have a very brief encounter with a human being, and if it has nobody else that it's attached to, it will lock in on that person, and wherever that person goes, the plant will be attuned to it, even if it's a long distance away. The person that cares for a plant. And this was a problem, because people that were trying to replicate my initial work would use plants that they kept in the lab, or they would wipe them down with sterile water, or distilled water. And here they're getting attunement to that plant. And even though they try to automate the experiment and leave, the plants are much more attuned to them than they are the subtlety of brine shrimp dropping in simmering water.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So, there's loads of problems on there replicating it. In order to orient the scientific community to be able to properly replicate that experiment, you need to believe in reincarnation. Yeah. I mean, you have to try to teach them. They would think automation is to go to the other side of the wall and look at it on closed circuit TV. Yeah. And yet they miss the point that consciously these barriers don't count at all.
So you have certainly proven the old cliche that the attitude of the experimenter definitely influences the experiment.
Well, I would hate to say that I've proven anything, but I've given strong data for others to consider. Certainly, I think that the intent of the experimenter can very much contaminate an experiment. Yeah. And this is scary in biology, because the biologists aren't, they're not automating the experiment. I mean, their intention, what they may hope that will happen, could very much be affecting.
Yeah, they start with a thesis.
Well, unfortunately, some scientists work backward in scientific method. They go from the result, and then go back and look for the sample that will support the result. They're already convinced of, and I don't have much respect for that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, there was the research with vitamin C, right? That it's great for you. It doesn't do you any good. Back and forth.
I think that you can. Depends on who has an axe to grind.
Wow. Okay. Back a little bit to the feeling again. Fear would be a very powerful feeling. What about joy? That would not have much of an effect then? Like a spontaneous joy, rapture?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have gotten some things from that, but I'm not sure it's as dependable, let's say. Because of joy and how it's manifested, happiness turning into joy, and laughter, where you draw the line. Yeah. So the thing that we've done in trying to show the concept from a scientific standpoint is to try to pick the winner, the one that does it the best. And it's led us to the negative things more.